We all have 24 hours in a day, but some people seem to get more out of managing their time than others. Hi, I'm Dave Edwards. Today we're talking about carving out more time on your crazy busy calendar. If you're interested in learning more about productivity, leadership, and management issues, why not subscribe to my weekly newsletter? Absolutely free. All you have to do is go to my website, daveedwardsmedia.com, click on contact. Tell me you want to be on the list, we'll get you on board. Now, of course, there are some people who just don't have a lot of meetings on their calendar, and for them, they don't really need to watch this video. But for most of us, our calendars fill up. And that means that we don't always have the time we need to get all of the things we need to get done. But there are some things that you might want to consider. One trick that has worked for me is time blocking. Without it, my calendar would typically fill up and leave me very little time for the work I needed to get done. I began by working with my administrative assistant on setting up times each week when I expected to have regular meetings, when I planned for uninterrupted work at my desk, and scheduled time for pop-up meetings. Those were three categories. And because of parking problems for where I worked, I tried to keep off-site meetings to 1 or 2 days per week. For example, Mondays, I generally tried to keep for on-site meetings. We scheduled all of my status meetings with my direct reports for that day. I quite frankly didn't expect to get much desk time on Mondays. Tuesday mornings were set aside for work time at my desk. I tend to be more focused and ready to tackle more significant projects during the morning hours. My calendar was open for other meetings on Tuesday afternoons. I tried really hard to keep Wednesdays open for desk work and projects. Thursdays were designated for off-site meetings. Some days I'd only be in the office for a couple of hours. If the day was not filled with meetings, it gave me more time for ad hoc projects or for conversations. I borrowed a phrase from the old Mickey Mouse Clubhouse TV show in calling Fridays anything can happen day. If you're younger to me, that phrase will mean nothing to you. But on the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Friday was anything can happen day. For me, that was a day set aside for meetings or projects that didn't get scheduled or completed earlier in the week. I also blocked off an hour at the end of Friday for reviewing the last week and looking forward to the week ahead and to update my to-do list. Of course, things come up that would destroy my set blocks. And while I had to react to emergencies and other surprises, my assistant tried to protect my time. I did too. If my boss or a board member wanted to meet with me on a Wednesday, well, I would have to adjust. But the core schedule was only the first step of my productivity plan. Even during those blocks, when I expected to work on projects in the office, I would schedule that time. Part of my weekly review sessions went to assess which tasks needed to get done. I would estimate about how much time it would need, and then block that time on my schedule. If I set aside 90 minutes for a project, I might allow 30 minutes before starting something new so that I could sneak in returning phone calls or have a quick meeting with a staff member or to do a little management by walking around. That break also refreshed me and allowed me to clear my mind. Unless there's an emergency, I treat my work time as I would a meeting. It's a promise to keep. If you look at my online calendar, work time is marked as busy, just as it would be if I was in a meeting. While this schedule may sound a little bit too rigid and doesn't allow for spontaneity, it helps me be productive, and it continues to enable me to keep up with my many different commitments. This is just one idea that I talk about in my online course, Productivity and Time Management. I'd encourage you to check it out. I mean, I've got a lot of suggestions for how to handle email, how to say no to meetings that you really don't need to be involved in, and so many other things. So check out this course on productivity. I think you'll really enjoy it. Find out more information by going to my website, daveedwardsmedia.com, and click on courses. I'm Dave Edwards. Thanks for joining me today.